Hey,
Sooze.
what's up?
What you been practicing on the guitar there?
Well, I was just trying to learn some new riffs, you know.
Hey, it's the 80s are back. It's the top movie in the country.
Dude, we still haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either, but I heard it's really good.
Of course, we're talking about Lightyear.
Yes, Lightyear. And that's actually the song you're playing is not even in the movie we're talking about.
That's true.
Anyway, my name's HW.
I'm the Sooze.
And Sooze, guess what?
What?
The very best amps in the world now on the Helix.
Wow.
The very best.
The top of the line.
The absolute greatest.
Wow.
I'm of course talking about the TrainWreck.
Yeah.
The
Oh, there we go.
The TrainWreck. No.
Sitting right here.
Bro, are these not sort of the unsung heroes? They're like the almost Dumble amps.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Obviously, they're not going for $250,000, but there was once a guy out there who made some amps in some basements, and a lot of people loved them, and they're super touch sensitive, and we've tone matched them into the Helix. These are my TrainWrecks. This is a Rocket.
Okay.
And so this is like the AC style, and this is actually a half-powered one. So they actually call it's the Rocket 17.
Oh.
It might be called 18, I don't remember. But it's kind of like, imagine an AC 15.
Okay.
And this is kind of the boutique AC 15 nobody talks about.
Right.
Because it'll set you back like, I don't know, $6,000.
It's a pretty penny.
Yeah.
For a Vox.
If you have, and then this is a Liverpool.
Oh, man.
A Liverpool.
I think that's way off.
And no, that's right. There's the Liverbird. This is a Liverpool. It really is a Liverpool.
Oh.
Yeah. In the past,
Liverbird,
I know
Liverpool.
it's confusing.
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
I don't know.
It has a Liverbird on it, and this is like the Express, which is kind of like the detailed Ingrid that's in here.
Oh.
But this actually has EL 84s.
Okay.
And
What does this have?
This also has
Same,
EL84s,
okay.
yeah. But this is really a Vox clone.
Yeah.
Like, these TrainWrecks are a unique circuit. Sometimes people liken them to Marshalls. They're not like Marshalls, but you can hear why someone who likes Marshalls would like the amp.
Right.
But they're not Marshall clones by any stretch.
Yeah.
This is really an AC thing.
It sounds like it.
And it sounds like it. And it sounds like it. In fact, Suze, we were just playing there the Liverbird, but look, I'm going to control my Helix from upside down, and I'm going to find the Rocket. And we're not only going to find the Rocket, we're going to find the Rocket X. Because Rocket X, guess what that means?
They're going to the moon.
It's going to the moon. It's got the 60. We've got the vintage Alnicos from my 66 AC30. So it's Voxy amp going into the voxiest of speakers. Some 66 silver bells.
And HW, why does your speaker matter in these? Can we talk
Well,
about that?
yeah. So look, let's play both, and the people can hear it. But you know, an Alnico speaker is going to give you something way different than a ceramic speaker. And so in this case, both these I reprofiled them for the Kemper, and I tone matched them for the Helix. And so X means Alnico 66 Alnico silver bells from my Vox AC30. So it's 212 combo. And then if it doesn't say X, it's done through a Marshall 412. And I just think everything sounds good through that cab, including this guy. And I figured this guy would sound good too, and it did. But here is the Alnico speakers, and we'll put it on. Well, let's do clean first, Suze. And this is a lovely sounding guitar, by the way. This is the SSV. These are SSV pickups from Sir. These are kind of like PAFs. These will sound beautiful. Suze, let's hear it. Nice little overdrive. Little Memory Man. I like that.
It's a good sounding delay.
Here's a rockin' thing. Sounds Voxy to me.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And then if you want the other speakers, you just got to find Liverbird. We'll go to Liverbird B because this little Liverbird down here, it's actually got a two-way bright switch, which might throw people off. But what it is do this. Here's what these amps are known for, and this is what gets lost. This amp has almost no clean headroom on the Liverbird.
Okay.
And actually, yeah. They don't. People will plug into them and go, "Why is this amp so dirty?" And the thing is, they're designed to give you a completely kind of like all the control is supposed to be with your guitar's volume. So they're supposed to clean up really nice. So it gives you these bright switches where it's like neutral, bright, even more bright. And the reason it does that is for the same reason that people put in treble bleed circuits in their guitar, so that when you turn your guitar down, you lose treble. The extra bright switch is supposed to be, just flip that and you get all your, when you're turning it down. And then when you turn it back up, you can turn it back up, and maybe if it's too bright, I don't know, you take your tone down. It's a device, right? So here, check this out. This is the overdriven with the Liverbird B, the other amp. Let's try that DMM again. Maybe the greatest delay pedal of all time.
It does sound really good in the Helix.
I've got one around here. It's around here. You can hear the similarity there when we take the Rocket with the same Rocket B with the same. So it's got the same speakers now as the other amp.
The 412.
And you'll hear it's still it's Voxy. It's the Voxy amp, but the 412 Marshall. Here's overdriven. Here's a rockin' thing. This one I like to call dreamy.
Cool.
It's dreamy, dude. It's a
pretty
thing.
Cool, yeah.
You know,
I think I prefer the Rocket.
The Rocket.
In both of the cabs versus the
Liver?
The
Liverbird, the Liverpool, the Liverbird.
They're both cool. It's just different flavors.
So here's what I would say. If you want to rock, if you want to do a rockin' thing, look, go to Rock Plus on the Liverbird. Okay. So I'm doing a thing here. I just did a video on EQ for the Helix. And in that video, I talked about using a 10-band graphic EQ for the purpose of like pushing mid-range or revoicing an amp.
Okay.
If someone were to download these and look at what I've done for the Liverbird, I'm actually doing the opposite. I'm actually scooping mid-range and making it much more of a rock voice.
Okay.
And so this, because the Liverbird is a rockin' amp, it has a lot of gain. The difference between overdrive and rock is not just more gain, but also the voicing of the amp is changing from overdriven with mids to tons of gain. Now let's scoop the mids out and give us more sizzle on the high end. Listen to this sizzle on the high end, and then we'll get into Rock Plus. So that's like that's the rock voice. You know what I mean? Then you can put a Klon in front of it and cram more mid-range through the front, and then it's like you've voiced it with scooped mids, but now you push the mids back in. What's the point? I don't know. It still sounds good. It sounds like this. You know, saying?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So I dig these amps, man, and it's really cool. I think the model in there is really good. But one thing I'll say, this is kind of an interesting observation. A lot of people ask about tone matching, and I even had someone say, "Isn't the cab? Isn't an IR just tone matched to the cab, and so shouldn't it be the same?" Well, I'll tell you this. So I actually took the IR of this exact cabinet with these exact mics. Now the placement could be different, but I put it on this. The model in here, the detailed Ingrid. And I couldn't get it to this amp. I couldn't get it to this and the same IR. I couldn't get exactly to this amp.
Okay.
So what's the difference there? Well, obviously the detailed Ingrid is a different amp. It's got different power tubes, right? So, but then I tone match it and it sounds the same.
Gotcha.
So all that to say, like, did I have a really good sound? I actually thought that the Tone Junkie silver Alnico IRs with the AC-15 that I ended up using here.
As the amp.
Yeah.
The amp model.
So I got it as close as I could. And then when I tone matched it, I'll say this is one of those is where I go, I don't know if it sounds better. It sounds like this amp.
Yeah.
But the IR sounds just different.
Totally.
Like the top end just sounds different. So better, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like sometimes stuff just sounds different. The AC-15 in here with the IRs that I've made of that same, those same speakers, that same exact Vox cab, also sound really good.
Gotcha.
Tone match makes it sound like this amp into those speakers that moment I mic'd it up, and they sound identical. But if I switch that tone match out for the Silver Bell IRs,
Just the IR, yeah.
It's a similar vibe. It's definitely different. It's definitely a lot different. But I don't think it like sounds fake. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but less like this amp and more
Not like this amp, yeah. It doesn't really sound like this amp, but it sounds still Voxy, and still you could hear what it is, and it sounds kind of like, almost like you move the mics, like you change the mics even though I was using the same mics, I don't know.
Yeah.
Different stuff has character. I don't know what shooting an IR, if that imparts, maybe there is more character to a clean power amp than I give credit to. That has nothing to do with this, really.
You learn something new every day.
But it's just an observation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so tone matching these makes them sound like these amps, but when I sort of untone match them, they sound like...
Or just use your normal IRs. It goes back to the...
Yeah, I guess what I'm saying is you
more
could
Voxy.
Take this patch and just throw any IR on it. I mean, I'm tone matching to multiple speakers now.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm tone matching to this amp with multiple speakers, this amp with one set of speakers, but this amp with multiple sets of speakers, and it's like... It's working, but that also then begs the question, like, well, why don't you just change the IR to like some other IRs of other speakers? And so I did that, and it still sounded good.
Yeah. Can you go back and forth between this amp with the blues and then with the other one, just to hear?
Oh
the
yeah.
The X and the non.
Absolutely. So okay, we've got here is, let's go to the Rocket Bright, because the bright one with the Marshall cab will be more similar brightness to the brighter Alnicos, which is kind of why I shot. Why in this there's a Rocket Bright, and then a Rocket X.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And the X will be the
X
most
is the
bright,
Alnico.
just because of the speaker, you think?
Most bright, more treble, less presence.
Okay. Gotcha.
Chimier.
I like chime.
So the Alnico speakers, people say they're brighter. They have a less extended presence than a greenback.
Okay.
So if you technically were to, if brighter is more high-end frequencies, you'll hear what I mean.
Yeah.
The presence is more extended in a greenback, but there's a spikier thing at like 335. I don't know. I'm going from memory. Like 35. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like there's a treble spike.
And it's greenbacks in the Marshall cab.
Yeah.
Versus the blues.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Here is the Rocket Bright. And then here is the Rocket X.
Yeah, I'll take one of those, please.
Yeah, me too. To me, the Rocket X sounds brighter.
Yeah.
But greenbacks can have a more extended presence. Is
yeah,
what
that's a killer
extends
sound.
higher up. I dig it, man. These are some of the very best amps in the world. I'm glad we got them in here, and I reprofiled them, and all the Kemper guys saw that, and that I sent them out to them, because I'm probably gonna sell these. You can't keep every amp.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Properly captured twice.
Yeah, and I love them, but you can't play every amp.
What does that say back there?
Profile the world?
How are you gonna do that when you're full of amps? You gotta make room for amps.
I know. We gotta make room, man.
And the world rejoiced.
We really do have to make room. I kind of always had the fantasy of getting all 3 TrainWrecks because I need to actually get.
I gotcha.
The other one. And
one day.
Yeah, maybe one day. One day. All right, Sooze, I'm going to let you play us out. Yeah. And this is, what do you want to play? Well, you like this one.
What's the lead one? Did we do the lead?
Lead? Well, that was what you started on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did we do all the clean and everything?
I think, let's do, you know what? Did we do, here's a chorus 808. What's that sound like? It's literally a chorus and an 808.
Oh, together.
I mean, it's just together.
Okay.
I'll tell you what. Dreamy is dreamy. I'll let you play us out on this. Actually, I like DMM. It's my favorite pedal in the world right now. And this is your favorite, the Rocket X. I have been HW.
I've been the Sooze.
And check these out. They are available at the Tone Junkie website. And there's free stuff up there as well. And another free Helix pack coming this week. It's going to be the Voltage Queen.
Oh, cool.
And it's based off an old Gibson G20. And I know I said that in the last video, but it really is coming out.
Yeah.
Because it's ready now. All right, I've been HW.
I've been Sooze.
Beautiful.
Yay. Nailed it.